Welcome to PaddyCast. In this episode, we're joined by former European and Commonwealth champion and World Title Challenger James Tennyson. How are you, James?
Not too bad, Paddy. Just getting my day wrapped up here. Had a wee busy enough day. Like, how's things yourself?
Oh, all good, all good. I'm working from home at the minute. It's not easy, but it has to be done. It has to be done.
That's good.
So,
Getting your work at home done with the child running about the feet, hard work.
and it's always a nightmare. You're trying to do stuff, and the kids are yapping in your ears, dally. But
I know the feeling. I couldn't do a 5-minute interview. The child running mad.
oh, thankfully not there anymore. But so here, tell me this. So, how did you get started? Obviously, you're a boxer, but how did you get started at a young age? Like, talk to us about how you started and about a bit of background about your amateur career.
Well, I was 7 years of age. I was probably a bit of another when I was a child. I was a bit of a bad temper. And, you know, my mummy was struggling to keep me under control, and she got in contact with my uncle's wife. Her father, Davy Begley, was a trainer in Poglass ABC at the time.
Yeah.
So he brought me round to the boxing gym, more or less, blow a bit of steam off, blast the energy out, home, bed, just kind of trying to quiet me down a wee bit, and it more or less took off from early. You know, things went from being a bad tempered wee child that ended up winning Irish titles and stuff, and you know, I thank her to this day for sending me around.
Yeah, what club was it you boxed for as an amateur?
I started off in Poglass ABC. That's where Davy Begley brought me around. We had the talent in that gym years ago. You know, it was unbelievable.
Yeah.
I was around there. I was training with Charlie Brown, Ralph McKay, you know, the Brady's and stuff. You know, it was good them, and I was there for a good load of years with the boys.
I remember at club when we were kids, like had the likes of like the Brady's, as you mentioned, the Laverys, a few great boxers from Poglass. Always winning that title, so they were.
They had the gym back in the day, you know, it was filled with Irish champions, you know, Four Nations champions and all that, the Mellys, the Brady's, you know, the Laverys. Yeah, it was a good, strong team of lads down there back in the day. Like,
how many Irish titles have you won?
I won 3 Irish titles. I was in 2 finals, and then I think it was the under 21s. I think I made the finals in them as well.
Did you ever go to any internationals for Ireland?
I fought in Azerbaijan, and I actually can't remember the name of the competition. Yeah, I fought twice for Ireland. I fought in the round robins in Dublin, and then I went out to competition in Azerbaijan.
Yeah, so obviously that's all young age, then titles are great, but ultimately it's the senior titles people want.
You know,
To try and so was your dream ever to go to the Olympics?
Well, you know, I think I actually boxed in the box office in Dublin for them selecting their team to go to the Olympic qualifiers, you know, and I actually can't remember who it was that beat me at the time. I think I made the semi-finals or something in the box office down in Dublin, and then I was beat, obviously. So, and you know, after I was just kind of like, what do you do? You know, I'd always loved the whole pro scene, no head guards and all that sort of caper. So I got talking with Ralph, and we had went over to the Belfast Cronk, and we'd done a bit of sparring over with Tony Dunlap, and Tony knew me from a kid because I'd fought against Tony 2 or 3 times in the amateurs, and then, you know, Ralph had said to Tony, listen, he's interested in tournament fights and stuff, and then Tony got in contact with a few people, and then it ended up Mark Dunlap came over one of the times, and he was having a good yarn away with us. This was actually before I went to a multi-nations in, I think it was Portugal, Algarve Box Cup or something like that, and I went over and won gold there, and then when I came back, that's whenever I went pro with Mark.
Yeah, because when I asked you about, like, obviously the Olympics, because it was the seniors you lost to in the semi-finals to Eric Donovan, who was obviously very, very good at the time.
Yes, that's exactly who it was. Yeah, you're right.
Actually, I remember it was a good fight, and Eric was obviously one of Ireland's best boxers. So obviously that defeat kind of ended your Olympic dream. So I'm sure, like, you know, did you think, even though you were still young, that defeat and no Olympics didn't make the decision to go pro a bit easier?
It's sort of, yeah, you could say so. Obviously with whenever I could beat that, but at the time, Ike Donovan was one of the top guys.
Yeah.
So when I got beat to him, it was no shame really. He's a real quality operator, and you could sort of say, it helped with the decision to go pro more or less.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And obviously, what age were you on pro? You were still very young.
I think I was turning 18 when I'd signed pro. I think I was just more or less around the 18th birthday. Yeah. Mark the lap run a wee show, and I think it was I call that hotel next to Nando's.
Oh, the Clayton Hotel is now.
Yeah, that's where it is now. I think that's exactly where I made my debut. Yeah.
So, like, obviously, you're only 18, like, going professional. And only a kid to say, and plus, as well, like, you only like a few fights as a senior.
Yeah.
So, like, how did you find the pro game at the start compared to the amateurs?
See, to be honest, like in the amateurs have been kind of like pick scoring, hitting, moving. I think my style was more like an aggressive, come forward style, hands up and sort of having it going. I think it might have been, you could probably say it was more suited to pros because you're not really getting the head picked up your wee jabs and moving and moving around. I was coming out and, was putting the work in each round and, digging deep. And I think you could probably say it was more suited to the pros than what it was at the amateurs at the time.
Yeah, it's evident from like the way you fight,
Yeah.
But
style.
In hindsight, now it's probably the way it scored the amateurs. It would have suited you now because of your kind of style.
Yeah, it's all changed around now, hasn't it? Yeah.
It's weird. So like when you're professional in your sixth fight, you beat, was it Mick Coveney? I can't remember his name.
Mickey Coveney, yeah.
Yeah, for his title. See, when you won that fight, so it was your first title, you know what I mean? So did that give you like the belief that you could, did you believe yourself that you could make a name for yourself in the sport?
When I was younger, it was kind of, it didn't really dawn on me how far I could go in the sport. I was enjoying it. I was getting in and I was loving these shows and the crowds coming in. It was different than the amateurs and with the atmosphere and all. I hadn't really thought about it in the depth that much. And then whenever it came to winning my Irish title, I was saying, I could make something out of this. I could really make a good future for myself here and make a real good living and set myself up and stuff. Well, that sort of keeper. From that, things went from like strength to strength. Really, well, I actually took a loss, I think, in between, but
I think there's two fights after it was your eighth fight. You lost against, well, it's meant to be a routine win, but you got a cut eye, and then obviously you lost the fight. But because that was your first defeat, and you were a promising prospect, how did that defeat affect you mentally?
I was heartbroken. Whenever you're like I said there, whenever you're coming up and you're fighting these shows with the atmosphere, and it was amazing. It was in cloud nine the whole time.
Yeah.
Never really, a loss didn't really dawn on me. So it was like I was completely just loving it all. And then whenever I took that loss, I was heartbroken. I didn't really know how to deal with it. It did affect me a good bit. I was real down with it, and my team and my family and stuff around me. You could say they played a good part and keep me in a good, strong frame of mind for it. And but yeah, I was devastated with it because I never actually, like I say, I was going through all these here shows and winning and knocking these guys out, and it was great, and I was loving it all. And then bang, one night, you're under. It was I think it was actually my first big night of boxing in the Odyssey, first big show, and then boom, it was.
Do you think down. obviously your guy more or less brought on the lose? Like, do you think like them fights, because like I thought it was just for you basically a stepping stone for a bigger fight? But do you think, like, you only know the answers, but do you think you overestimated it?
You can maybe say so, yeah. Like I said, it never really dawned.
Not overestimating. Not overestimating. That's a bad term to use. Like you weren't as sharp because you thought, what, I'm gonna blow them away.
You sort of underestimated him a bit, maybe. Yeah, that's you could say so. Maybe underestimated him a bit. I think I'm near sure he was a good bit bigger than me too. Because at the time, whenever I was weighing in like 8 stone 12 and 13 and all at the time, so he was a good bit bigger than me.
Yeah.
And so you could say maybe I'd underestimate him because, I was just running about and knocking these guys out and loving it really, and I didn't really think about it. So you could say I underestimated him, yeah.
Did you ever think about retirement at that fight?
Not really, no. I just didn't really know.
Young too.
I didn't really know where I was going to go from it. I didn't really know like what sort of opportunities would arise. So it was sort of the unknown because I wasn't a pro all that long. I was still a kid, and I didn't really know like once that loss came about, it was like, where can I go from here? Do you know what I mean?
I remember like I think it was a few fights out there. Myself and Mick Conlon were over to London to watch Jamie, and you were fighting Welch.
Yeah.
And you were doing well in the fight, and obviously he beat you. But see, from that fight, something that I took from about your performance, I think I was talking to Tony after it. Do you think the Welch defeat did making weight play a part in that defeat?
Oh, massive, yeah. Big, like Tony would tell you if you were talking. We were in the change room, and it was. That's exactly what it was. It was. Well, I can't really take nothing away from that guy. He boxed brilliantly too, like. But we were in the change room, sitting doing our pads, doing a warm up routine, and I just felt the arms going like lead, and I was going, this doesn't feel too good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then Tony sort of relaxed a wee bit. I think he gathered it a bit, and but it was definitely, it was the way like it's happened a few times to me. Every fighter's always cutting weight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Never easy, but then like that weight was a bad one. I can remember like before I went over to London, I was up doing I went out for an out sweatsuit run and came back and was still a good bit over, and I was like, had to jump into the hot bath with the salt and the whole lot, and it was just murdering me at the time. And then I think actually after that fight, moved up and started claiming the rankings a bit, and I'm not even too sure what title I won after that.
But you know what? I actually remember because I've been in the same room because you shared a room with Jamie.
Yeah.
And I can't remember who asked the question. Someone asked you how you felt, and you says, "Oh, my arms feel a bit heavy." I think Tony was saying, "Oh, don't worry, you're okay." But
yeah,
you mentioned there that he did feel fatigued, like in the changing room.
Yeah, I can remember we're actually standing as well after we'd done that warm up and the arms and all started going, and we were out in the hall just getting ready to do our thing, and I was just sitting there more or less slouched over. And Mark's like, "Come on, get up on the toes," and you know what I mean. And I don't know, I just couldn't pick myself up, sort of thing.
That's just one of the things. But here, since that, even at super evaluate, you went on and had great success. The Martin Ward fight. I think Eddie Hearn had plans for him already before you racked him by stopping him. How great was that win for you?
That win was huge for me. I actually said in the interview the other day, like, I don't think much people knew, like, nobody really gave me much of a chance to win that fight. Martin J. Ward's a quality operator, and I don't think everyone thought it was sort of a different class. And I knew I had the beating something. Do you know what I mean? And that fight was huge for me. I think at the time I was defending my WBA international title, so I had the ranking, and then it was actually the world title fight actually come off the back of beating Martin J. Ward. That could have been the plans that were set in place for Martin J. Ward to beat me to move on for a world title.
Yeah, so you scoped them plans and jumped in, took a spot,
wrecked the show.
Exactly. So, obviously, after that, you went on. You get the chance to fight for world title in America against another great champion, great fighter, Tevin Farmer.
Yeah, slick operator.
How do you think? How do you feel? Not even the fight, but how was your feelings when you were told you're fighting for world title?
I was over the moon. I was on top of the world. I couldn't believe it. It was like starting on these wee small hall shows, working right up there world title. It was unbelievable. It was the best thing at the time that ever happened to me. I couldn't believe it. It was amazing. At the time, see at the time of the Martin J. Ward fight, Tony actually said to me at the time, move up, because we were sort of struggling for weight coming up to the Martin J. Ward fight, and I said, Tony, it's a big opportunity here. I think I could do this, no problem. And Tony's like, well, I trust in you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the Martin J. Ward fight, we'd done the weight and we were sound. And then it was after that we went over to America a bit early and brought I brought Michael Lands over with me, and he was keeping me on top of my dad and helped me do the weight cut. And that weight cut was I think we spent
Nightmare.
more or less nightmare. I think we went over and we spent near enough every day with a sweatsuit on. We were more or less like drinking and sort of eating just the train, or training. And
Yeah.
what you get the drift of it, you know what I mean? You know
I
how to
know
gain
exactly
weight.
what you mean.
Yeah.
I think Landy was saying about, correct me if I'm wrong, when you went in, obviously you were full after it, but your stomach was that small, you couldn't get nothing into you.
I couldn't eat. We were sitting at the table. And I can remember they brought the food out. And I was sitting there and I'd ordered that. You know how it is. Whenever you're weighing in, you're going, I'm going to eat everything here. Your plans, the hot serious amount of grub away, and they brought out the food and had a few slugs of water, and I had a bit of food. And the next minute I was sitting there, I was going, I feel like this food's going to come back up. I got about 3 or 4 mouthfuls into me. And I looked and I said, oh, man, I can't even touch this. Couldn't get the food down me, like. So I couldn't.
Like, obviously, right, Tevin Farmer again, like, you know, how did you find fighting him compared to anyone else you've ever faced?
When I went into the fight, you know, I don't even think I landed much clean shots. You know, there was no pop and snap in the shots. You know, I was kind of just walking forward, trying to throw the shots out, and his performance is unbelievable. The movement and
so
just the slipping the shots and countering, you know, he boxed an unbelievable fight. Quality operator.
Who did you bring in for sparring for that fight?
Sparring, we actually had a good load of different sparring partners. I'm trying to think at the time. Who did we have sparring? I think Fergal McCrory was one of the guys, because we had a few southpaws in.
Yeah.
And he was mixing in rounds with Jerry Matthews. They're two different kind of styles of southpaw. You know what I mean? Jerry's sort of slick hit mover, and Fergal's your southpaw's going to stand, have a go at you. And I got a good load of rounds with him. I had a few other guys, and I'm trying to think, can't get their names in the top of my head. Like, well, had a mixture of sparring throughout.
Yeah.
You know, the whole way through sparring, going through the sparring with the weight on me, was performing, and I said to myself, I'm winning this world title, like, you know what I mean?
Never ball game up in the weight off you.
I was headstrong the whole way through camp, thinking this title's coming home me, like, and it was boxing brilliant really the whole camp, and then once the weight come off, like, it was like you're beat, you know what I mean?
So obviously that fight was your last fight at Super Featherweight. And you had some great success at Super Featherweight. You picked up ranking belts, European, Commonwealth title. But I think now we're seeing the best of you lightweight.
Yeah.
You've had 4 straight KOs, and now you're fighting for the British title next. You know, do you feel lightweight? And I obviously don't say yes, but think it's a better weight for you?
Absolutely. You know, like, I was asked about how's the transition been from super featherweight to lightweight, and I was like, there wasn't really there was no transition. You know, when I was a lightweight, more or less, just coming into lightweight, I was a natural lightweight at the time, and you know, doing weight for a fighter is never easy. You know, a fighter never likes to have to cut their food down or cut their water down to make weight, but I'm doing it comfortably. Like my last fight, or the fight before, I was sitting there, and it was like the day before the weigh-in, I was sitting there eating my breakfast, having a wee cup of tea and a bit of fruit and stuff, and I was saying, this doesn't feel right. I've never done this in my life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It doesn't feel real.
And you obviously feel a lot stronger in the ring as well, and confident.
Yeah, a heck of a lot stronger, and you know, because I'm not killing myself, and it's like them extra wee couple of pounds you're taking off that they're killing you off, and I'm going in and feeling full of energy, and I'm bouncing. I've got that wee bit of a pop in my step, you know what I mean?
And plus,
it makes a big difference, like.
And plus, you may find, you know, obviously, you know, for making weight, you know, sometimes your training is based all around losing weight. Now you're training, you can work in different aspects, and your strength and your speed and skill. You know,
absolutely.
So it's far better that way. So, like, what would you say would be like the highest moment of your career?
The highest moment? Do you know what? I would probably say the Martin J. Ward fight for me. You know, I couldn't say. Well, obviously, whenever you're going on the fight for a world title, that's one of the biggest moments of your life. But it wasn't a success. So
Yeah.
success-wise, you could say the Martin J. Ward fight. You know, he came out and he was popping away at me. He got into a lovely rhythm of boxing at the start and dropped me, and it was looking like it was completely against me. And then I just got up and gathered myself, turned it around, and you know, that was my biggest career win as a pro. You know? So yeah, it was that. I would definitely go with the Martin J. Ward fight. It meant most to me.
And what would you say would have been the lowest part?
The lowest part, do you know what? You could say my world title fight, but see my first defeat. You could say my first defeat. It broke me. Like it was hard to take because I was so young at the time too.
Yeah.
Going through all these wins and all that, but definitely I would say probably my first defeat. But we could say my world title defeat as well. You know, you're so close, but you're so far from being a world champion. You know how it is.
Especially maybe my weight was different from your weight, so like super featherweight, there's a massive pool of boxers, so it's harder for you to kick there when you were.
Yeah.
So it's like snakes and ladders. You're way back down there again. So
exactly, that's it. You take a loss, you're more or less starting from scratch. Actually, whenever you take into consideration how hard it is for guys to get their world title set, and then you boom, you're lost, and you're back down there. You're going, how much?
Especially if you're from Ireland,
back up there. Do you know what I mean?
Especially if you're from Ireland, it's hard to get any opportunities.
Yeah, big time.
So, like, see when you started pro again, you're quite young, and you're still relatively young too. Like, did you travel like much abroad, spar and train or anything like
that? Sparring wise, as a pro.
Yeah.
As a pro, sparring wise, I think I was in London sparring with Card for the Scott Quake fight.
Yeah.
I went over to, I think it was, I don't know where Jimmy Harton's gym's based. I think it's like, I'm not actually too sure. I went over to Jimmy Harton's gym, and I've done some sparring with Josh Warrington.
Brilliant.
I think other sparring wise, I think that's more or less the only place really that I'd actually travel for sparring.
Yeah, and training camps all at home, yeah?
More or less, yeah. All my camps have all been based at home. Mark actually took us over to a wee place in Jersey before for an hour week or two of a bit of training and stuff. But other than that, like I haven't really all my sparring training's all been based from home.
Like the reason I asked for it, because like I want to know your feeling. Like did you miss your family and friends while you're away? But you know, I suppose I could ask the question because you were home.
I was actually talking about that to the Ali the other day. He was saying about he actually asked me a question similar.
Yeah.
I was actually saying, you know what? Everything for me has been based at home. I says, even at that, even being at home, like, you know, whenever you have to go and do an hour training, I see even just leaving the child for a couple of hours, you're like, it was sometimes really hard. I was saying I couldn't imagine how all the other lads have been, because they're like, for instance, yourself and all Card and the rest of the boys, all your camps are all based away, and it must be hard, like.
It is tough, like it really is tough, but yourself, you know, you get one practice game and you try.
Exactly, yeah. You need to be sort of focused on the job in front of you.
You need to be. It's need to be. What I find to be successful in sport, you need to be ruthless and selfish. That's ultimately how you make it. Like, you know what I mean? But
you couldn't put it better.
Yeah, like even though most of your camps are at home, pretty all more like, do you feel like you're long camps, but do you feel like you missed out on your social life and that there, and did it get you any stage?
Oh, why? Absolutely. You know, like I'm not like much of a drinker or anything, or like, but like, you'd be sitting, like if I'm sitting there doing my double sessions and all the boys, they're all out for food or they're out the weekends for their drinks, and I'm sitting in the house looking, and I'd be sitting there and I'd be going through their Snapchats and their Instagram and going, oh, I'm sitting here making weight or whatever, and they're all out having the time of their lives. And you sort of feel like your social life's completely gone out the window whenever you decide this is what you want to do. You sort of have to, you give everything up more or less, and you just have to focus on what's in front of you within boxing.
Well, believe me, I can speak from experience. I'm 33 now, and there's plenty of time for that there when you're
absolutely. Tell us this, how's retirement life been?
To be honest, it's because I have this job now and ultra boxing. It's kind of kind of give me something to look forward to and like do, and it's helping boxing, something like amateur boxing, something
Yeah, you're still
I'm more
involved.
passionate about. So I think it's good. Like I don't miss getting punched about the ribs,
Oh,
so it's not bad.
yeah, it's actually mad. I seen that for a lockdown with Tony. I was going nice. Came a couple of weeks in. I was going Tony. It's mad. Like I'm missing getting punched in the face here. Weirdly, wasn't normal like, but I'm missing getting punched in the face here.
But you know what? I actually miss sparring. I don't really miss fighting, but I just really miss sparring.
Yeah,
So I must
yeah.
like try and get in the club now and like go up and spar and whatnot, just to get myself back into it.
Yeah, do a bit here and there. Tony, I was actually laughing. Tony was sending me, whenever I was sending Tony through lockdown about missed it, Tony's going, how do you think I feel? I'm a 50s. He says, my days are long gone, I still miss it.
Oh, brilliant. Here, so obviously now I see like you've a young lad there, right? Like does he give you any motivation to succeed?
Oh, I absolutely. Yeah, loads,
Yeah.
I was actually asked that question again, it was like, before, whenever I was fighting, it was all just for me and my love of the
Yeah.
sport and, making a life for myself. But then whenever he came, it gives you that wee different bit of you look at it in a different way, everything becomes about your son, he's every bit of motivation sort of you need, it's down, you're out there fighting, making a living to sort of look after him and give him a
To
good
help
life
him,
sort of thing, do you know what I mean?
help
Put
your
a roof
family.
over the head and keep the bills paid and stuff. So
Exactly.
absolutely, every bit of motivation you need comes from him. Like, I actually had him over in the club the other week doing a wee bit of pad work of him, and he was loving it. But I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna put him in the boxing.
No, we know how it is, but it is enjoyable and like it got us to where we are, like you know what I mean? So
Yeah,
it's a
absolutely,
class
yeah.
sport. What I'll say, so, tell me this, how do you feel about fight behind closed doors?
I was like, do you know what? See, weirdly, it's going to be something like, well, Matchroom set out a nice layout outdoor event with the whole Matchroom garden, which looks unbelievable. The setup is amazing, like. But like I was saying to someone, see, whenever like you're coming up and you're fighting on the big shows, like the Odyssey, and you're like first and second on, it's more or less the hall's more or less empty other than your own wee
Yeah,
crowd you've got in, or whenever I'm over in like London fighting in the old arena and stuff, you take into consideration the size of that place, and then you're bringing over like a crowd of say like 100. It's not really. It's more or less an empty stadium, so it's something similar, like really,
yeah.
to what I've been fighting in before. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, so your next fight is for their British lightweight title.
Yeah,
I seen this guy fight Joe Corina. It was a
yeah.
good fight, but obviously Corina is more of a boxer and you're more head on. So I'm predicting this fight to be fireworks. How's training for this been going?
It's been amazing. Do you know what? See, the whole way through lockdown, I knew there were I didn't know how far or how close the fight would have been, but I just kept myself training twice a day. I knew at some
Yeah,
stage during the fight was coming up, so we were training. I was putting the work in. The only thing I really was missing was sparring, and then once things cleared up and restrictions were getting lifted, got in contact with the McKenna's in Monaghan, and Stevie McKenna is a big tough lad. I've been sparring away with Stevie, and we've been getting some tough, unbelievable rounds in, and so camp's been going brilliant. I've been enjoying it. I'm actually glad that we're seeing boxing getting back to some sort of
it's brilliant.
normality, and fights being announced and shows being fighters back in camp and stuff. So been just training away and just keep my head above water with it all and keep myself sane, really.
Like, I think now at the minute, I think Eddie Hearn has like a kind of a soft spot for you. Um,
Yeah.
after this fight, after this win, do you think another world title shot could come soon?
Do you know what? I would hope so. That's me aim. I'm ranked like, I think I'm ranked like overall top 15, and I'm top 10 in a couple of the world rankings. So
Yeah.
hopefully we'll get a good win here against Gavin Gwynn, pick the British tail up, and I'm hoping that it'll be close enough.
Yeah.
Listen, Eddie Hearn's real good at what he does, and I believe he could bring me another shot soon.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Definitely. I want to ask this question too. Like, what do you think about the other lightweights coming through in Ireland? Nah, the likes of Sean McCone and Guy Cully. Do you think that they're progressing well?
Very well. Them boys, they're real good. Their styles, they're real slick operators.
Yeah.
On the move, hard to hit. I think they're progressing very well. And, they're building a great profile for themselves. And definitely, let's say boys, it'll not be too long before them boys are fighting for some big titles themselves. They're making good progress.
Yeah. Now we're going to move on here to a quick fire round.
What is this? A quick fire round?
Yeah, quick fire round, if you could choose a different sport, what would it be?
If I could choose a different sport?
Yeah.
Oh, tough one. I've done a wee bit of hurling and Gaelic before, and I loved that. And I was actually sitting watching a bit of it. I was going, I miss my hurling days.
Hurling actually was.
Hurling. I love my hurling days. I'll probably actually give the hurling and Gaelic. I played for Landor back in the day before boxing took over my life. So, and I loved them. I loved it.
Who would you say would be your greatest rival?
Greatest rival? I'm not sure, to be honest. Good question. I don't really look at things in a rival.
Let me ask the question again then. Who would you say would be your toughest fight?
Be my toughest fight?
Yeah.
I'm not actually too sure. Maybe the Martin J. War fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So much at stake.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have any pre-fight superstitions?
Pre-fight do you know what? I have a bit of an OCD. So it's actually desperate. Even on sparring days, I have to get up and I go through a wee routine. I get up, get my wise, get my coffee, and I do everything the exact same way every day, and it drives me nuts sometimes. So yeah, the same with fights. I've got this wee routine, and
yeah,
I have to go over it every time. It's a wee bit mad.
Have you got a favorite quote or a favorite saying?
Favorite quote or a favorite saying? That's a good one. I'm not sure. Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work. Always work hard. You put your graft in, and things will happen.
Yeah, definitely. Who's your favorite sports person, past or present?
Mike Tyson.
Mike Tyson.
Oh, what a man!
Aaron, I actually want to ask another question. Who out of all the likely world champions at the minute would you fancy facing the most?
Do you know what? Anything bar Lomachenko. That boy is here and everywhere.
I know, it's ridiculous.
And he's gone now. Anything really, I would love it. I would love a shot at anything, just as long as I'm able to get a shot. I feel I'm capable of picking a title up. Yeah.
Yeah. So all you need is plenty of notice, and you'll find anything. 100%.
A camp, bit of work, a bit of hard work, and away we go.
Yeah. Have you any sponsors you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, I've got All Dentistry. Soups by James and Happy Meals. James Train, that guy's doing a brilliant job with all my meal prep and stuff. We've got here we go. Who have we got? There's a few here that are stuck on the top of my head. We've got Alpha Training. Actually just sent all my logos out to the other day.
Another crack off you listening out.
I'm going to call my bookmakers.
McLean's
Bookmakers.
I'll pay your sponsor, sure.
You help me out here, buddy. Yeah, actually a good shout out to all my sponsors.
Yeah.
People take sponsors for granted. They help fighters out massively throughout the camps, and take a lot of their pressure off fighters through camps. So a massive shout out to all the sponsors.
Brilliant. And before you go, I just want to wish you all the best in your next fight for the British title. And thank you very much for coming on the PaddyCast.
Brilliant, Paddy. Thank you very much. Thanks for your time, man.